Jonas. So good. Fantastic, fantastic soundtrack. Pacing it. Did you hear that intro in that past track? It's so funny. It's great. There are so many little like little moments in this soundtrack. It's so nice. Like Criterion also. In the middle. Ish. Right here. Why is there an EQ on this sidechain? Get out of there. One more time. So fun. So fun. Hey Paul. See ya, pal. Paul, listen. Can I show you something? Can I show you a post-it that's on my monitor? Drinks with Beckler. I just haven't done it, man. Ah. How sad is that? I literally have been catching up on life stuff since my wedding. And it's been... I've been having mixed success. I have caught up on some things. Usually while this soundtrack is playing, I'm catching up on things. It's hard to not get stuff done while something like this is playing. This game is fantastic, by the way. It's very, very good. Can I find a trailer for this game right now? I feel like it's a bit of a hidden gem. Let me see here. Reveal trailer? Is that the one I want to play? Or the gameplay trailer? The PS5 launch trailer? Let's do the PS5 launch trailer. How about that? I don't know. I have no idea. This is Celeste meets Dead Cells? I guess. I guess kind of. I'm sad there's no sound effects in this trailer. I want sound effects too. Isn't the gameplay trailer? Because the mix is fantastic. I mean, like, how do you mix against that soundtrack, man? Again, play it again. Yeah, sound and music by Jonas Turner. It's crazy good. Crazy good game. Also, this one happened. Are we aware? What was that little thing at the end? How strange. All right, so pretty fun. Coming to Switch very soon. Some folks have been asking for a while, and I kept having to say, sooner than you think. If even that. Ugh. So that's a lie. I would just say, I don't know. For Switch, I'd say I don't know at all. And for PlayStation, I'd say sooner than you think. There are different levels of secret, basically. Oh, NDAs. Yes. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Some other fun news is happening on Twitch right now. Check this. So, yeah. That's the whole message. There's nothing else to follow. Just check that message. There's a game developer badge on Twitch now. That's fun, huh? It's broken. It's a little bit broken still. I've been talking to a fellow named Mark at Twitch for the last week or so, off and on. If you click that game developer badge in the chat, I'm curious what you see, actually. I feel like I know what you see, but maybe I don't. I thought that you probably see OTDQ is a game developer for the following organizations: XOK and Brace Yourself Games. Do you see that? Confirm or deny? Yes. If you click Natasha's, I don't know what you see, but I see Natasha J is a game developer for the following organizations with nothing there. Like, you literally can't get this game developer badge unless you confirm that you are a game developer. So how is there no organization there? It's so funny. So ideally, both Natasha and myself would show Power Up Audio. I think that Joey's does say that right now. Like, a few people on our team. Everyone's got the badge. Maybe Jeff doesn't yet. I think Jeff hasn't gotten his yet. But 5 of us have the badge. And I think 4 of them say Power Up. Maybe 3. So I don't know what's going on. Mine should also say Isometric Core, which is the Tunic developers, name. So I don't know. I don't know why it says only XOK and Brace Yourself Games, but they're looking into it. Hopefully it'll be fixed soon. It's interesting, though. Yeah, it just, for those interested, because this is brand new, I think it's like less than a month in as far as being used at all. I'm pretty sure I've seen nobody else but our team so far with the badge on. So it's not very common, and most chats I roll into with it on, just sort of taking it for a spin, are like, what is that? Like, everyone's very surprised to see it. So what's interesting, too, when they first announced it, like when Twitch, the crew at Twitch first announced this badge, it seemed like it was going to be the kind of thing that well, here's how it works. You can apply for the badge. You submit your organization. You say, yeah, I'm with Power Up Audio. And then someone at Twitch looks into it and says, okay, yeah, seems legit. You're with Power Up Audio. Got it. Here's your Power Up Audio organization. You are now the owner of Power Up Audio, or the admin/owner of the Power Up Audio organization. And then I can invite others onto the Power Up Audio organization. And then, perhaps Power Up's a bad example, but like XOK, for instance, if it were XOK, Maddie, the owner of XOK's organization on Twitch, can then say, hey, also, we own these games. And so we have Towerfall and Towerfall Ascension and Celeste are on there, I think. Maybe something else. And so those projects are, I think, maybe visible to the public somewhere on the organization. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's not visible publicly. But if you do, at the very least, if you click the badge and then like on my badge and go down and click XOK, for instance, I think it'll go to the XOK site. So that's kind of a cool way to be like, oh, what do you work on? Nice. And you can go to the site and see things there. So with Power Up, people can click that. And if I claim to be a developer in the chat or to a moderator in a whisper or something, they can like go to that badge and say, oh, they're legit, cool. And there's no questioning that it's like some troll or something that's trying to, cause trouble, which is definitely a thing. So it's nice for that reason. It's kind of like this, it's almost like a verified badge. There's a bit of credibility. It's interesting. But I thought, when they first announced it, it seemed like the badge would only show up in chats or in stream chats for which that stream is playing a project that your organization owns. But it's not the case. You can have it on all the time. So I can be like in a Fortnite stream with the game dev badge on. they're like, well, you're a developer, so it's kind of weird. So it seems more like you're just like some random developer, and it also kind of invites the chat to be about you with the badge on, which I'm not sure I love so much. But you can turn it off, chat to chat. It's not like it needs to be on in every single chat ever. You can turn it on globally. Mine is on globally right now, but I might turn it off soon. I don't know. I'm waffling hard. I need to get some input from some randos to say, hey, what do you think of this? Do you think it's like, hey, look at me, I'm a game developer? Or is it like, is it just a whatever kind of thing? Sure, it's on and no one cares. So I don't know. Anyway, thought it's interesting. New, I am game developer. There's Joey's. Joey's says nothing also. So I don't know. We had it briefly. Mine did say power up audio for a bit, but I don't know. Yeah, it's something changed. Something's weird. I don't know what's happening. But if you're out there and you have a development team that you're a part of and you want to look into the badge thing, then go for it. It's very easy. It took like a week to get it approved, so no sweat. John is contemplating hitting up TwitchCon since it's local to you. Yeah, just go. Give me a list. I'll go and scream it. Yeah, okay. Will do. I'll be on you for sure. Anyway, welcome everyone. Dreamers Thistle. Hey, good morning. How's the day treating you? Yeah, it's all right. Good tunes, right? Hear those tunes? So good. That's so good. We'll do some chime entry though for some more chill times briefly. This game is so good. Go play it, please. And otherwise, yeah, Natasha J coming in blasting. Yeah. I'll have to get a mod sword for you at some point, Natasha. I guess so. Hella good audio. There's Brendan. That's you. HellaGoodAudio.com. Zoomed in. And we got Logan too. I haven't seen Logan in chat yet. Perhaps Logan's here. We got John, of course. Good to see ya. Vera Alec. Oh, what the heck? I have no info in my stream chat. I can't tell if anyone's chatted ever. Everyone has 0 messages. So okay, fair enough. I don't recall your name, but apparently maybe you're here for the first time. I don't know. I have no idea. Regardless, happy you're here. Good to see you. Joey Shino. Let's go. Correct. Vitor. Good to see you, pal. We need to get a drink soon at some point. You're one of several posted notes I have here, to be honest. I also have Call with Jake. Talk about his game. Ugh. I don't know if Jake's here right now, but Jake, I also need to call you to talk about your game. Jake Gall. All right, Jamie Miles, yo guys, Matt Galt, Paul Beckler, Kevin Collier, Colminer Audio, Benjamin Prime. Oh man, I totally forgot. I still need to play this game. I was super psyched about it following the designer on Twitter years ago. Yeah, Kissa Kolme. Yeah, Kissa means cat and Kolme means 3. Cat 3, I don't know why. Yeah. No, Jonas is a genius. I did an interview with what the heck is it? It's Nintendo something. Nintendo. Man, give me a second. I can't not. My brain is not in this area right now. Nintendo Life, of course. Nintendo Life, and one of the questions for the interview was, if you can steal someone's powers in the game audio sphere, whose would it be? And it's 100% Jonas, no question. He's very good. I was joking earlier, like, how do you mix against this stuff? But he did like Nuclear Throne as well, and Downwell. A lot of these like very hard-hitting audio kind of games. It's just side chains as far as the eye can see. And the harder the thing needs to hit, the harder the side chain is. That's the gist. Yeah, room for everything, no worries. Matt Callahan. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Bounty Hunter in DD2. Oh yeah, of course. Thank you. Pretty exciting. Give me a hot sec to turn off this. Turn off this. Thank you. Thank you. short.
The thrill of the hunt. The promise of payment.
The thrill of the hunt, the promise of payment. We got it. There you go. Yes, thank you. Thank you for the reminder, Matt. Appreciate that. Back to Chiming Tree. And go. What a great little track. So nice. We got Shigans. Oh, you're a dev? Why haven't you nerfed snipers? Yeah, exactly. Be in some Battlefield stream or something. It's like, oh, you're a dev. At last, we can say I made this. Happy face. And be, you know, believed. A selfish ego, Louis the 15th. Good afternoon, Kevin. Bless the rain. Yo. Andrew R. Audio. Toy Tree? Yo, what's up, pal? Roddy? Holy, it's been a while. Toy Tree, can't believe that. What a pleasure to see you. Valentin, you as well. Shall we begin? Oh, I missed Murray, sorry, MCS sound. You're always here. Good to see you, Murray. Okay. This is winding down. One more time. It's too good. It's also the chill I need right now. Come down from body boulder and fury and noxious waste, and we'll just chill by the tree for a while. This is Real Talk. We're having a look at some demo reel content for some up-and-comers in game audio. I think Brennan's like doing it now. I'm pretty sure Brennan has a gig. Confirm or deny in the chat, Brennan, but regardless, of course, we're happy to have a look at your stuff anyways. Always good to keep improving regardless, you know? Regardless, of course. So we have Logan Hughes and Brendan Wolf today. Both zoomed in, both adequately zoomed, I believe. Yes, we're good. So we are looking at these demo reels, the websites as well. These are nice looking websites so far, very nice. In an effort to help them gain some more traction in whatever corner of the industry they're aiming for. Seems Brennan nailed that gig in AAA, there you go, so no sweat. But yeah, we're having a look anyways, happy to. We're looking at these things from a few different angles down below here, from presentation, material selection, content quality, and distinction. For presentation, we'll be having a look at the general website stuff. Seems it's vertical, at least in some respects. Just general navigation stuff, aesthetic stuff, nothing too deep. Just, does it look nice? Does it seem like you've, you know, etched out this identity for yourself? And can I find things easily? And are the things here that I want to find there to find? Are they here at all? That's the main thing. Apart from that, we're not too concerned. For the demo reel itself, we're looking at the length of the thing, the flow of the thing, the titling, the bookends, everything besides the audio. Just how is this thing, you know, what container have you placed your work within? And for the material selection point, we're looking at the pieces selected, chosen for the demo reel and for the portfolio if it exists, and what those various pieces might suggest to someone coming in blind. What you know, what Brendan and Logan's past work history looks like, what their current skill sets might look like, and what they want to be doing in the future. Their ambitions should hopefully be communicated here in some way. Ideally, there's a lot of room for implicit communication as opposed to like explicitly spelling things out and wasting more time, you know. And the third thing, content quality. Just, is it good? You know, is there room for improvement? Is it hitting that bar of amazing, of awesome that is the standard for the industry? And if not, if there's room to grow, of course, we're happy to tell you what I think. And the chat is here. There's a lot of very talented folks. Yuso Tolonen, the newest hire at PlayStation. Good job, pal. I saw that. I was jacked to see that. So exciting. Good on you. Anyway. Enough about these amazing Finnish talents. Hey, we got Jonas here. We got Yuso in the chat. There's too many talented Finns out there. Big fan of the Finns. Okay, let's get back to our fourth point distinction? Are you standing out in some positive way? There are a lot of people vying for these same gigs. You gotta stand out, even if it means you're not getting hired this time around. Just simply being remembered for next time is a huge, huge boon. It is safe to say that the majority of people don't get hired their first time around for a given studio, or just given effort at all. Just being able to. I can say for Power Up's hiring process, of course we shortlisted folks, right? Of course we did. How do you not? And knowing like that top 10, so to speak, if I got an email today that I replied to, someone said, hey, know any good names? Of course I do. Yes, absolutely. Natasha got the gig. Congrats, Natasha. But of course there are other considerations, right? There's a lot of very talented people out there. So happy to help them along if they just missed by a nose, so to speak. Okay. Also, welcome on in a few folks. We got Corso99. We got Asian X007. What a name. Solid handle. Got Heater Sax or Heater's Axe. Not sure. And also, Harry M Sound. First time here, love the videos. Hey, cheers. Hope you love the streaming. Where am I going here? I'm going for this. There we go. Sorry, it's my first day. Couldn't find the button. Back to the chat. Sax. Heater Sax. Alright, shall we begin here? We'll jump in with Brendan first. Is Logan here, by the way? Logan, is your handle a handle I already know? Are you Shagans or something? I don't think you're Shagans. I feel like I've seen Logan Hughes in the chat before at some point, haven't I? Not today, though. But Logan asked me, yesterday, or Monday? L Hughes, okay, L Hughes Audio, there you go. A very obvious name. Is it your first time chatting in chat that I just missed your name previously? L Hughes Audio? I'm searching for it. There you are, I am here. I asked previously, just missed it again. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Also, N Sound Design and NJ the Stream. Following up. What's up? Yeah, good to see you all. Okay, you've been a quiet lurker, and Shiganta's not L Hughes Audio. Not today. Okay, I did see Brendan first. And I feel like Brendan's work is already good, so we'll just say, yeah, it's sweet, move on. No, we'll get some good feedback here. There's always room for improvement. Of course. Let's have a look at the site. So we're at hellagoodaudio.com. I'll put the link in the chat if any one of you wants to follow along at home. Of course. Feel free. Brendan Wolf Game Sound Design. That's HGA. Hella Good Audio. And this links to where we already are. We got demos, implementation, bio. I'm looking at the bottom left here in the URL where we're going. It's all the same page. So I think it's vertical. Scroll down. Yeah, vertical page. Okay. Got a bio, games, music, and awards. The Flex. Awards? I have never seen an awards link before. Holy. We have, I shouldn't say that. We have an awards link. It's not called awards, though. It's called accolades. There you go. There's Jeff on stage accepting a BAFTA for Into the Breach. So yes, I definitely commend the Flex. It's worth it. For sure. You want to show people that your stuff kicks ass. Of course. We got a Daytime Emmy Award for Baba Yaga. Really, there you go. An MPSE Golden Reel Award as well. And there they are. Nice work. Okay, let's do the bio first here, actually. Everything's clickable. Yes. Brendan. Yeah, I met Brendan years and years ago at Game SoundCon in 2015 or something. It was a long time ago. It's exciting seeing people so many years later, they're doing it. It's very exciting. Hey there. I'm Brendan, an award-winning, there it is again, interactive audio designer based in the San Francisco Bay Area, the birthplace of hella things like Atari, myself, and the word hella itself. Okay. Currently, I'm working as a sound designer at Injected Senses Audio, a strategic outsourcing partner for various AAA studios, including Sony Interactive Entertainment, Fire Access Games, Epic Games, Hi-Res Studios, Dark Paw Games, and more. I've previously had the pleasure of collaborating with the talented team at Pollen Music Group as an onboarded audio engineer for Meta and an audio implementer for Baobab Studios on the animated VR short Baba Yaga, which earned us all a Daytime Emmy Award and MPSE Golden Reel Award. Other collaborators have included the amazing talents of Strawberry Hill Music, UC Santa Cruz, and awesome indie devs from around the globe. Offline, I'm glad you have this. I always cringe is too strong a word, but I always find myself kind of wanting more when I see a bio that's mostly like name dropping stuff. You know, this is awesome to include, really important to include, but I love seeing like this little cap off, like, also I'm a human, you know. Offline, I enjoy getting lost in the wilderness and recording nature's beauty, both visually and orally. There we go, a little extra audio injection there. The world has so many amazing landscapes and soundscapes out there just waiting to be discovered. Feel free to hit me up on Discord, there it is, or Twitter, there it is. Anytime, always glad to connect with fellow game audio folks. Wonderful. Favorite sound design? Swoosh! Death Stranding, Cyberpunk, Hellblade. Yeah, of course, let's get one. Ratchet and Clank. I have this game installed. I have not played it yet. I've heard such good things. Excited for Scorn, Rise of the Ronin, the Callisto Protocol. Yeah. Glenn Schofield stuff aside. Witchfire, God of War Ragnarok, and now playing. How often do you update this? Stray. Couldn't take you that long, could it? You still playing Stray? God of War, still. Wasteland 3, Triangle Strat. Marvel's Midnight Suns. That was, we just read about that, right? Or something? A little wink face. Here it is. The link's nice touch there. Yes, too many in the backlog. Yeah, of course. I just got the PlayStation Plus Premium subscription. It's like, here's our catalog of games to play, and it's like 700 games or something. It's ridiculous. How do you possibly play these games? So many games. All right. We're just going to scroll through a bit here before going to the demo stuff. So we have implementation. Well, first off, we have the big reel up top, very obvious. You know, Brendan knows why you're here. Click here, please. What happened there? What's that do? What's that do? Everything is clickable, you're right. Is it like, it centers. Oh, I see. It's more for this probably, huh? Oh, no, it's not. That's weird too. It's 2 clicks. This UX is, that worked. But it's here, it's like, oh, okay, just glitched the first time, I guess. Bio? Yeah, it's more so for like the ones that are down the page, I guess. But, I don't know. Scrolling is easy also. Okay, so we have the main link, obviously, watch this thing. We then have cinematic sound redesign, Overwatch 2. We have a gameplay sound redesign, Diablo 4. These are like single standalones. 8 seconds. And this one? 17 seconds. Okay. Implementation, we got Wise Unreal Engine, RTPC-driven Foley system. Cool. Unity Audio for VR, Game SoundCon 2021. I love this stuff too. This is great.
2 scripts here that control that.
Like this just shows you're doing it, and you're in the industry, you're in the community, you are worth hiring to speak at a thing. Well, hiring, you know, worth accepting to speak at a thing. That's, it adds a lot to credibility, not only professional credibility, but like just in general. This person's probably cool because they're putting themselves out there and doing stuff. You know, it's great. Okay, games. Okay, there's a bit. What is happening here? Oh, why is launcher featured? Oh, this is the part of this thing. I see. It's like this. This is part of that. Okay, this is a little bit busy here, but it's not brutal. Control. CNTL. Do people do CNTL for control and not CTRL? My keyboard says CTRL. CNTL is crazy. Control Shift. I assume it means control, right? I don't know. It's not what this stream's about. Minos, Narrative Horror, Liege, King Sim, and some tunes. Great. Okay, wonderful. Let's go ahead and watch a reel, shall we? I'll turn off my sidechain, crank up Chrome, and go full screen. 114. Okay, we'll see. Is it 5 seconds too many? This is yet to be seen. Let's find out.
No. Keep her distracted. I'll get us out of here, I promise.
Nice. See, this is a great example of putting, like, this isn't the most AAA looking thing in the world, you know? I mean, next to, like, Scorn and stuff and Witchfire, like, it's a very different kind of project, obviously, right? But, you know, we've heard people in the past on Real Talk kind of hesitate to include things like this, personal projects like Brubeck Dreaming, because they think, oh, it won't fit in with this stuff. But I mean, who saw this at the end in the chat and was like, ugh, gross, why is that there? You know, it's fine. And this just shows that you're doing stuff. This is so much work, like Unreal and Wise, Imp, sound design, composing, level design. There's so much here that isn't just the sound work. It's like isn't just like a redesign, I should say. You have redesigns like, oh, here's my gameplay sound redesign, right? It took 4 months. There you go. Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you include this hard work then? Of course, right? I think it's fine. I mean, people can see the first half of this reel, or first like 2/3 to 3/4, and be very clear on what it is that Brennan wants to be doing, right? Like, who isn't clear on this? This is all very high fidelity. Yeah, like it's just this. I mean, this is like a bit less fidelity, but it's not that much less. And the redesigns make it pretty damn clear you want to be working in AAA hard-hitting stuff, you know? Anyway. There was a bit of middle where I was like, okay, I get it. Move on. But it wasn't brutal. And it's good work, so I didn't mind the extra time, you know? It's the classic conundrum of, I have more things to show. How do I cut the time down? And generally, people will be more okay watching a longer reel if the stuff in it is good and worth watching and notable. And the thing is, you tend to have good and notable work if you've been in the industry for a longer time and have done things. And if you haven't, if you're not there yet, then it's harder to justify a longer reel, of course. So if someone's brand new to school, there's no way I could ever get behind the idea of needing more than a minute, because they haven't done anything. They haven't done any like notable industry experience style work yet, right? So of course, just throw your minute out there, show us the gist, and that's plenty. Anyway, okay, Brennan says, yeah, I tried really hard to edit the visuals for pacing, so it made it stretch a few seconds longer for each segment for the right moments to sync. I see. Okay. I got you. You're like, oh, this clip's so good, though. And it's like, I'll take another few seconds. I got you. All right, well, let's talk about some presentation stuff. This opening is bomb. Lovely transition. This is a good boom into glitchy stuff, into musical stuff. Nice phrasing. Very nice. I'm very into it. And the ending? Same one. Same ending. Okay. We got some... Do we have some Zvi Sherman in here? Oh my goodness, look how transparent. Look at this opacity. It's low. The opacity is low. It's very nice. It's a quick one too. It drops off real fast. Man, it's so tight. I don't know how no one thought of that before Zvi did. How was Zvi the first? How?
No. Keep her distracted. I'll get us out of here, I promise.
Okay, transition-wise though, from first to Baba Yaga, we have what?
No.
It's cool. It's a cool cut there. Black only. We have audio only to like fade us into a new, what, a cave space? Is it a cave?
No.
Some kind of cavern? I'm gonna go sidechain here.
Keep her distracted. I'll get us out of here, I promise.
Cool. And this transition here, we have... Yeah, a palette cleanser, but the audio is like doing a great job of washing between. Really nice. Really nice. Keeping this thing moving forwards, you know. Scoring into which fire? It's right here. It's pretty nice. For a second, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, is this what happens in Scorn? You know? Your hand goes in this thing, and then you just get teleported to here. Then I realized, no, new game. Nice transition. Very nice. It's great. And then this one is, of course, the most jarring, but we'll let it slide. But you still have like the reverb ring out and stuff. It's nice. And you fade from bright, not from dark. That's cool. That was a very active choice. I see you, Brendan. I see it. As opposed to fade to black. Because this is a bright game. Boom, there it is. And fading from light is definitely better than fading from black into Brubeck Dreaming. Absolutely. Very nice. Yes, the transitions are unreal. They're also wise. Cool. Just the very end was very... Okay, we're done. It's like they step on the button, and the button ends the video. Is that what's happening here? You know, we got... and this thing is so long to load next frames. Jeez. We got a step, and we're done. One frame of button. So I guess that was the idea, eh, Brennan? Press the button and we're done here. Really nice. Wonderful. Let's talk about what we did, talk about demo material selection stuff. But yeah, pretty clear you want to do AAA things, and you are doing AAA things now, of course. There you go. So... Great, moving on, basically, right? Let's talk about some content quality things. Pretty solid, Brennan, honestly. Yeah. So one thing here, sound redesign. We have, you know, what is this radio actually controlling? You know? What is it controlling in the world? Is it controlling headphones? Is it controlling speakers? Where are these speakers located in this thing? You know? There's a lot of stereo in this static, is one thing. There's a lot of like stereo, like specificity, nuance, contour, you know? Things are like specifically here and then specifically here, as opposed to kind of washed out in the car. if that was your goal, then cool. But I don't get the feeling that this is like controlling headphones, you know? I just don't really, I'm not sold on the idea that this sound is coming from the car, you know? The head-locked wide-pan stereo, exactly. It's, I mean, you might want to have a stereo field of some kind, but, I mean, is the static going to be like going zoom, zoom, like back and forth and stuff? I mean, I guess it makes sense. You scroll through something that is stereo, you'll hear maybe more on one side than the other. But I think in general, radio's not going to be that wide, you know? And I guess the other thing too is if we're going through, I'm going to watch what's happening here. It's like 3 turns on the thing. I'm not super sold on the idea this is actually going through anything, you know? Anyway, what is that? Like it sounds cool objectively. It sounds cool in isolation, but I don't really believe it's a radio, you know? If I'm scrolling through a radio, like an old school one, you hear like really clear audio and like zoom and back down again, and then really clear and back down again. Oxenfree's radio is stellar. Sounds amazing. There's so much cool stuff in there. And it is just that you're going into like very clear and back out again. So there absolutely is a peak of most fidelity, most clarity, but there isn't. We don't really have that here. It's like maybe we didn't get to a point where there is peak fidelity, and that's okay. But like, I don't really get even that we're like halfway to something fidelity. So there's probably a room. You have all the music, man. Like, why don't you just grab one of these things? You know, grab something here. Be a little wink to the listener. Hey, here's some track I wrote. Throw it in there, just like fade it in, put it through the speakerphone or whatever, like some distortion plug-in, and just hide it underneath. So it sounds like we have something that's there. Because right now it's only static and it's like some zoom, zoom kind of sounds, right? So that's an idea. Prof, have a good real talk. Oh, thanks. Appreciate that. I cannot believe it's you. Amazing. Good to see you. Let's move on, though. Enough talk about static. Okay, yeah. We have a... And then here as well, the panning on the screech is also kind of crazy. It's like, it starts right, kind of like left a bit, and then and like it goes across right to left. But like, where are the tires? You know, are they? I like the rest of it. The impact on the windshield. Boom. The first impact maybe sounds a bit tong, a bit dumpster. You know, it's really resonant. You know what I'm saying? It's like pong, but like what is resonating so hard? To have something that and like ring out, it's got to have like a lack of like surfaces and objects like against the metal, right? It's gonna be like freestanding, but the hood isn't really that, is it? I think having that as like the front, like the transient, is cool, but just the kind of ring out is maybe a bit of a misstep. Maybe focus on. Yeah, I think the windshield hit is for me, if I were to design this, I think I'd probably work forwards and back from the windshield hit as the main event. I mean, the final crash notwithstanding. But like as far as this sequence here, tire screech, hood, windshield, tumble over, I think windshield being a big visual change. Like this makes sense right here. We have all dark, and then boom, big impact. And it's like, oh geez, that guy's in rough shape, right? So this here is a pretty large change in the screen. And I think that is probably where I put like some hard, like some low, some beefy support, some big, you know, broad glass breaking. And in that case, the boom, the beforehand hit, it being short and not ringing out kind of makes sense because you want to like get out of the way to make space for this big ass windshield impact, right? So we have like this. I've done this before. This is a bad choice, right? Playback speed. We have. Let's go turn off audio. So it's like very slow. We have. Oh, please. Here we go. So boom. We have ka-dung, and then smash. And the smash really is what causes the next part of the sequence to go off road and hit a tree or whatever, because that is like, oh my god, I hit him, and now you see the hands do this on the steering wheel. So trying to swerve and boom, oh no, and now I can't see and kaboom. So yeah, just more room for just making space for these moments to happen, kind of like a left to right on the timeline, right? Because it's a lot of it's too easy, or it's tempting, I should say. It's tempting to like throw a bunch of noise, like brake squeals and screaming and big debris sounds or explosions or whatever, and you kind of lose contour on the moment to moment of it, and excuse me, like the importance of each moment as well. So yeah, we hit that big glass break, and and here we go. It's like yeah, cool. That's like the main point there, I think. Just having it's maybe just that this, to me, currently has a lot of like really strong design just when viewed in isolation, but I think there's still room to have more of a stronger like direction on the piece and what the point of this sequence is all about. Like what is this? What's the most important story point? We have these like peaks and valleys in the storytelling, and does the audio match those peaks and valleys? You know? Yeah. Moving on. Do I think there's too much glass shattering in there? Bits of glass flying everywhere. Yeah, that's maybe a good point, Ben. Too. I was thinking I began to. Part of me wanted to move on, but yeah, it's the point of like making space for things from moment to moment. That is a blanket statement. So that includes things like, yeah, perhaps having that glass event like hanging around for a long time with bits of glass, like you're saying, flying everywhere. Maybe that's not necessary, and instead we focus on like the driving off road, like the sounds of hitting debris, the sounds of that kind of panicked moment, right? Instead, rather than like reminding the viewer and listener that, hey, remember that glass that broke a little bit ago? Like, we know, moving on, you know? Unless the glass is still part of the story ongoing and it's still like showering down or something, it might not be worthwhile to keep it that active or that present in the mix. Okay? Because, yeah, you're right. The glass just does this and it's done.
No. No. Keep her distracted.
The Emmy winner.
I promise.
I love how this looks. So cool. Yeah, it's great. No complaints.
No.
There's a single, if I need to nitpick, Brendan, there's a single little articulation click in here with the lock. It's that one. That one. That is too strong, too piercing for my ears. That is the extent of my feedback on this one. If I went into Isotope RX, I would show you where it's bright, and I'd probably turn it down if it were me. But just I just lasso tool, pull it back like 12 dB or something. Because when it's that high up, you just don't need to have it that loud. You know, it'll pierce through.
No.
But like, what a nitpick. Who cares? Kevin, shut up. Moving on. Hey, Rick, good to see you. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, it was made to play for the Meta Quest for most users. Well, the Meta Quest speakers are not crazy beefy either, right? So having those high frequency offenders can be even more dangerous because you have smaller speakers, and those small speakers can reproduce those frequencies very efficiently. So they may even sound louder than they do like in your studio space. Hear Isla? Can you hear that? She's for sure seeing a squirrel outside. She doesn't like it. Does not like it at all. All right, moving on. One more time. Okay, Brendan, the director giving notes is not loud enough. Okay, I can get behind that. The thing is, if you have... Okay, now we're talking about this. All right. Paint 3D. What the... I don't want like MS Paint. Where's that? Marker. Okay, here we go. This is our frequency spectrum. Yes? Here it is. Boom, we're going 20 over here. Yes? 20 hertz. This is my excellent mouse writing. And over here, we have 20 kilohertz. Okay? You with me? Who here knows how to EQ? Who knows what's up? If we turn up this stuff here, and we're like, you know what? We don't. I mean, you don't need this stuff for like clicks, right? Who cares about that? But if we go like woo, like here, and like go like this, we can turn this up. You know, you can have clackety clacks that aren't that turning up. But if I just take this and I'm saying, you know what? Let's turn all of it up. Well, now we have this new curve that's like this instead, right? Now, this is like +6 or whatever. In that case, well, now we have this stuff that was super ugly, some weird spike in here that's like offending horribly, or up here or wherever. And now they're like, oh, us too. Let's also join the party, you know? So it's real dangerous. You can do this, and then also just throw on like a little, oh, you know what? We don't need all that. And just throw in like a shelf also, or like a real brutal shelf. Because again, this stuff here is like, it's not gonna need help to poke through the mix. You have like your human ears will hear it just fine. I've got mouse overs that have this kind of content that I've turned down to like -40 in Ys, and it's fine. You still hear it, you know? It's not a concern. Anyways, I did a -40 yesterday, literally yesterday. And I'm like, that's pretty low. Like, yeah, it sounds good though. It's fine. Totally fine. Moving on. Oh, Isla, it's fine. Jeez. Okay, my thoughts in here. Oh, dogs. Yes, Ben. Right? She's still going. I might get her and put her in here. So this part here, I wanted more like, what is the sound of this moving? Like right here, this movement, and then this movement. It seems like it's mostly like the start of it, but not like the during. Like start, it's the whole like sound design thing of like start, middle, end stuff. Okay, give me a second. Give me 1 second, okay? Oh my god. Give me a second. Where are you at, Jonas? Holy. 3, 2, 1, and bodybuilder. Give me 45 seconds, okay? Oh my god. These tunes are ridiculous. So funny. Okay, back to Chime and Tree for a second. Look at this. Look at this dog. Up. You see her there? Speak. You speaking? Come on. Come say hi. Come say hi. Okay. There we go. This is a brief interstitial here. Intermission. Oh, Isla, you're so loud. You loud? You speak? Speak. 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 Woof. Speak. Speak. No. She's never spoken while being held. It's never happened before. Isla. Speak. Good girl. There you go. Okay. All right. She will be fine for a while. Thank you for waiting. Oh my goodness. I want to get feedback. She says more ambience. She wants more ambience. My lord. Okay. This thing, I was saying middle and end stuff. Start, middle, end. It seems like start only. You know? It's like... Sorry, I'm turning way down. It kind of folds down and moves, but the movement... There's like a... in the background, but it feels like I'm missing the main meat of it. Like... wherever. Something there. Some kind of like movement at the end there. Just feels... Felt empty on first watch, but... Yeah, was that you? Again, this movement in, I feel like the movement is just missing some weight, some power, you know? Like this fist in, whoop, that movement, watch this. It kind of just has like a thump at the end. So the end's kind of there, but the going in is just silent. You know? So like the movement of the thing down, the fist going in, the various moments like that, I think that it helps tell the story a lot. Like, what's the thing made of? Is it only like is it gross in there? You know, is it like metal in there? Is it bone in there? Like what is it made of? Helps a lot to you know, to move things along story wise. Yeah, this is really strong. Cool. So same thing here, same note as those the frequency stuff in the lock. There's some high harmonics that are poking through in these impacts. That one especially. It's way up there. See if I can isolate it for you. Can I just do this? Record it in. And solo. And go. No, here. Great. That's the one. Okay, pull it in here. Boom. So this right here, if I go into this, you know? You know? There's a bit of it here too, but not nearly as bad. On the I can't show you, but just looking at like the frequency readout, it is real obvious that like that harmonic's like boom way up there. So just again, that might be a case of like edit the sample, you know, just pull that harmonic back. That's what I would do as an option. because it might be that harmonic just sounds just fine in other single hits of that instrument, but that single harmonic might be problematic. So be aware. The high freak nuanced stuff, you know? Otherwise, cool. Sounds awesome. This is the kind of thing, this project just invites more questions. It's like, what is this thing? How does it work? I want to know more. And then it's down here, right? There it is. Wonderful. There you go. Yeah, like Brendan, it's strong. Super strong. You have this talk here. You got like you talking about the RTPC right here for 5 minutes. Want to learn more?
Next, I imported the WAV files into Nuendo and used Krotos'
Like-
Reformer Pro to create custom Foley libraries sorted by backpack, clothing, and buckles.
It's like you sound designed your own implementation video, little bling bling bling. Does not happen ever. So, like, nice work, you know? Super nice. Very nice. Okay. Josh likes the last clip, the Witchfire one. Yeah, there you go. Honestly, it was solid across the board. I feel like it's all everything I needed to hear was being heard. So good on you. That was a premature clap, but honestly, like distinction, yeah, of course you're standing out. Of course you are. Your stuff is super solid. You've obviously been working very hard for quite some time. You have the job you have for a reason. So again, congratulations. I'm not surprised. Yep. All right. Moving on. Brendan Killer. It is hella good, I dare say. Hella good. Very, very nice. Logan, you're still here. Thank you for being so patient. Logan Hughes. We're at logan-hughes.com. Trienzi says, woo-hoo, for the first time ever. Welcome. Good to see you. Welcome. Thank you for the new claps. All you new clappers. Appreciate that. Throwing your claps in the chat. So dang supportive. All right. And we got Yi Chen Wang as well, says cheers. What's up? Trienzi's my brother. Oh! Brendan Wolf fam. Wonderful. Good to have you. Logan Hughes. We got game audio, instruments, bio. You are a video game SFX artist. Okay. How you doing, Isla? You happy? I gave her a favorite chew treats, so she should be. She looks pretty pleased. Looks happy. Okay, we got. Not vertical. We have a horizontal page happening here. And these are the same thing. That goes to the same page. So we have demo reel. We have Flickernaut Fmod walkthrough. It's an overview of the Fmod parameters I used in Flickernaut, as well as some of the scripts I created to play certain Fmod events. Excuse me. Great. GMTK, Jam, SFX Design, Chaos Blaster, SFX Design. Okay. It's like a side-scrolling thing. Like, what was that game from a long time ago? Earth something? Earth? I can't recall. Whatever, it's fine. Skills, Reaper, RX, Max, Fmod, Git, C#. I thought this is like the skills, and these are going to be like clarifiers in the skills. But no, Fmod is not a part of Reaper. Wise, Git, Jira, C#, Unity. Sounds like you're doing it. You're working on Git and Jira? You already hired some more? Bio. I am a video game SFX artist from Michigan. Thanks for checking out my page. Growing up, I played piano, composed, and recorded music. I'm parched. 1 second. I also liked playing video games and put many hours into Nintendo DS titles like Rhythm Heaven and Pokemon Heart Gold. You might like Rift of the Necrodancer. Coming out soon. I went to study music and sound engineering in college thinking I would work in a recording studio. But then, during my second year of university, I discovered game audio. I joined a student-run game development club called Wolverine Soft Studio. It's a club? With releases? Very nice. A bunch, too. Cool. At the recommendation of a friend. Even I didn't know anything. Even I didn't know anything about game audio or game development. Even though I... Is there a though missing there? Even I didn't know. Even though I didn't know anything about game audio or game development, I loved tinkering with synthesizers, and creating experimental new sounds in my music. After I created my first sound effects for a Wolverine Soft Studio game, I realized that sound design for games is extremely creative, and I thrived in it. Great game audio is critical to an immersive player experience. Oh, thirsty. Good. It's a facet of production in the earlier phases of development when brainstorming ideas for making environments, player characters, NPCs, and more. I love how sound effects influence game dev and players' interactions with games. Okay, this is a bit of a throwaway paragraph, but we'll get back to that. During my spare time, I might be playing a board game, listening to birds, reading a book, or, as of recently, watching Urbanist or Urbanist. Urbanist? Is that a thing? Do you mean Urbanist? YouTube content, not just bikes. This means nothing to me. But maybe it means something to somebody else. It's possible. Feel free to reach out to me on Twitter or shoot me an email at lhughesaudio@protonmail.com. I'd be happy to chat. I've recently graduated from college. I'm open to work. Okay, sure. Great. Wonderful. Hi, baby. Are you happy now? I came downstairs and she was like whipping around. So she for sure saw some kind of rodent outside. Freaking out. Protecting our home from squirrels. Okay. Yeah, this is a bit on the generalist side. Leave it alone. You have bios occasionally that are like, I am passionate about game audio. That's general, because everyone is. Then you have bios that are like, game audio is really cool. And you're like, yep, sure is. Or things that say, things like this, great game audio is critical. Yes, sure is, you know? There's like various flavors of generalized, but they all kind of have the same problem, and that it doesn't do anything to tell me about you. It tells me about every person in game audio, or the entire industry of game audio, or things that aren't unique to you specifically. And that is unfortunate. That is what I would call a missed opportunity to tell someone more about why you are awesome and why you are right for the role. Even if it's just like implicitly there, you know? Just here are things about me. Things like I joined this club. That's awesome. I clicked the link, you know? That's not like for your benefit. I want to see what this is. And you've given it to me there. That's fantastic. So this kind of thing is really, really great. Like your origin story, what you played, you know, your whole deal with sound design, etc. I'm cool with this. You can probably edit it down a bit, but like the gist is all wonderful. This whole thing you can basically just trash. The fact that you like sound design for games means I can assume this is true, and all this is just you talking about game audio, not about you, you know? Then this, again, humanizing you at the very end, non-audio stuff is wonderful. This can go, thanks, doesn't really need to be here. I would say your name in the bio. You know, I'm Logan Hughes, and then also this here, I wouldn't even throw this on there. This is like fine, you know, a nice little cap off. But like this thing, I recently graduated. Like this, the recent grad thing, it's like, who cares? You know? I'm not saying like no one cares you went to school. I'm not saying that. But this isn't super relevant to why someone would hire you. It's, you know, I would encourage you, Logan, to put yourself in the shoes of anyone who's recruiting. If they're like, if they have a project and it needs audio, they will be looking at whether or not you can do the job. Like, do you have the interest? Do you have the passion? Do you have the skill set? Do you have the style they need? Do you have any kind of indication that you are reliable and will get the job done? That kind of thing. You're just looking to lower risks, right? It's the whole gauging risks when you're hiring anybody. And saying, I am a recent grad, does literally nothing for any of that. It says, I have no experience, hire me, right? It's not that I'm saying you need to lie. and say you have tons of experience. I'm just saying this specifically doesn't help you at all. Saying where you came from and what schooling you have and why that's important to you and how it worked out for you, etc. That's great. But like saying you're recent, who cares? You know, it's a great place to just trim things down a bit into what really matters and focus in on, and I'm saying what really matters to the people who are hiring you. That's the main thing, right? All right. Moving into instruments, grain room. This is interesting too. Instruments is like uncommon tab at the top of the page. I'll zoom in a bit more. We have instruments here. Instruments. Ulysses at sea says, does that mean you should stick to being really specific if you want to mention something about game audio? Like, I enjoy gun, sound design, creatures, etc. Well, yeah. I mean, if you want to mention specific things about game audio, things we'll see that are specific to game audio, or like, hey, I like programming synths. I like granular synthesis to do whatever. Like, here you go. Here's a thing. The thing is, a lot of those kinds of things can also be like very easily demonstrated somewhere also. You know, like if you particularly like designing gun sounds, then sure, you might be like the gun sound person. If the Bungie team is looking for a gun designer, like gun sound designer, to help them out with some support work, then awesome. You know, you'd be the person for the job. There's nothing wrong with saying I like sound design if it's done in a way that is specific to you. The point of the bio is to learn more about you, right? So if you put something like, you know, I like sound, period. This is true of every single applicant, hopefully. You know, so it's just, that represents a waste of time. It's a waste of time for the person hiring you because they're like, I could have spent that 4 seconds doing anything else. I've learned nothing. And it's a waste of time for you because you missed that chance to tell them about you in some way that will differentiate you from other applicants. That's the point. Okay. I feel like I'm ranting. I apologize. Grain Room. A granular synth interface for VR that allows the user to create interesting sonic interactions with the affordances of virtual 3D space. That sounds awesome. Overview. Skip to... This is awesome too. Helps us save time. Skip to this time to see me playing. I will do that. Neat. I want to learn more later on. It's pretty cool. Caterpillar. A fun way to play a synth created in Max MSP. Okay. This is so outside my skill set. Like, I have no idea what you're doing. Murray, this rules, yes. I like how you pause each time to like, calm down, little caterpillar, it's okay. It's okay. He's like, okay, it's fine. You move, he's like, no! Starts yelling again. Okay, let's move on. Super, super cool. I'm very curious to hear your reel now because of this like granular synth stuff, and yeah, I want to hear what you've done. So let's dive in, shall we? With no sidechain. 3, 2, 1, and 102. timely. Cool. Very nice. Okay, very nice. Fun stuff. There's that Jonas Turner. I didn't know. I had no idea. I was saying nuclear throne earlier. Down well, etc. This is a Jonas Turner original right here. Sound of music. Okay. Nice work. Let's talk about this. My immediate feeling, by the way, just coming out of that minute and 2 seconds, is that it's a similar conversation to what we were saying with Brennan, like having this kind of beginning, middle, and end, and focusing in on what the important parts are and bringing that stuff to the front of the mix and leaving space for that with other sounds. I think is a bit more of an issue with this one compared to Brennan's work. It was more of a nitpick for Brennan, but with this stuff, I was having a harder time following the action just based on this sound design choices and the loudness of those choices. But we can get into the weeds a bit more on that in a second here. Let's talk about some presentation stuff. So, yeah, nice. So this is a pretty basic intro. Wonderful. I think having some contact info would help. It's not at the end either. Throw your email on there. Email, Logan. Email. We have some lower thirds. They're quite low. Blocking stuff, you know. Be aware. There's no reason not to throw it right here, honestly. Just put it there. I know you're looking like to not block gameplay and stuff. Just do the Zvi Sherman thing. Just go translucent, and suddenly you won't block gameplay anymore. You know, good to go. Okay, for transition we have what? We have nothing. It's a bit like Shot and Impact right there, almost. You know. But not a massively, obviously intentional transition point. It's fine. Then here we have this hard cut on during a transition, a screen transition. Hey, cheers, Ben. I'll see you around. Have a good one. Not much of an active choice there. And then here we have. Oh, it's still the same game. And then we have hard cut there. Okay. Like this right here is a wonderful chance. I guess kind of. You want to hear the sound though, so I don't know. I was gonna say you could like transition on that transition point in the game, but hey. Okay, and then nothing here at the end too, right? Hard cut. So the hard cuts are definitely a bit jarring, Logan. I mean, we usually talk about transitions as a great place to get kind of +1s, you know, little bonus points, because it's not the kind of thing that it will like make or break an application. But having, I mean, I will absolutely point to Brendan's later transition in this, 'cause it's a great example. Like this one here is so good. What a great transition! It's fantastic. Like matching the two clips and having that crossfade. This shows it was a very intentional decision, right? The arm out, right? It's great. Super good. It just points to Brendan being a thoughtful person when it comes to creating something. That's all it really means. And the thing is, that's not to say you are not a thoughtful person, Logan, right? I'm not saying that, but Brendan is telling us very plainly, like, here's a cool thing I did, pretty neat, right? It just shows that Brendan might be the kind of person who will be on the lookout for opportunities to create interesting moments for a experience, for creative viewing or playing or listening or whatever, right? That kind of experience. So again, not saying you are not that kind of person, but you're just not really demonstrating this to us. So that's where you can kind of lose. You don't lose points for bad transitions, or like absences of cool transitions. However, in this case, I would almost argue it's leaning towards like it's a bit jarring with no crossfade at all. it's yeah, a little bit tricky too. Hey Josh, cheers pal. We'll see you soon. Yeah, like the hard cuts here. Oh my god, please. Yeah, just very suddenly like, and rip you out of this thing, and now into this thing. So it's harder for us to get a foothold in the new space we're in, because you're like just kicking us through the door, right? It's like, get in there and watch this thing. So it's not quite as easy to just take it in and really get into, you know, like get comfy and just watch this thing. It's like, oh geez, okay, what now? So I would at least crossfade stuff, at least crossfaded. The hard cuts and the places you've chosen for hard cuts are, yeah, they're definitely bordering on the jarring side, you know. Hard cuts can work. I've seen hard cuts work in reels, but it's, again, they're making very active, deliberate decisions about where they're hard cutting to make sure it still allows the viewer to kind of stay on track and not be like kind of distracted or pulled away or whatever, right? Okay, material selection wise, and by the way, length is great. 102 is awesome. Thank you. Was happy to watch the whole thing. Loved it. So the material selection, it's all indie stuff. Seems like you're looking to work on indie stuff. Seems pretty damn obvious you're looking to work on indie stuff. So, hey, cheers for the Celeste and Tunic in one reel. That's a first for sure. Really appreciate that. Okay, let's move into some content stuff in our dying minutes. So I was saying that loudness is a big consideration. Not just loudness, but like frequency range stuff too. If you need something to be heard by the player, I would recommend high frequency to punch through the mix and be heard. You know, it's a very classic way of doing it. If it's all like a low thud, not only might it be masked by the sounds, it might not even come through on certain systems. If someone's playing on a laptop or terrible ear pods or whatever, right? So, yeah, it's just be aware though, if everything is loud, then nothing sticks out. It can be hard to keep track of what's going on. Orange Tone, good to meet you. Hey, it's one of the first times I managed to catch the broadcast live. Cheers. I'm interested to send in some work for another episode. How can I do so? Well, stick around. I'll let you know. But the gist is down below, the contact info below. Just send it to one of those places, and we'll get it. No worries. But we're currently scheduling things into December right now, so be aware it's a bit of a wait. Okay, let's have a listen. Yeah, I feel really good about the mixing in this clip, like much better. I think it was maybe Tunic and some other ones too that came out a bit more as being a potential problem. But this one I'm feeling pretty good. Like this, for instance, right here. So that shot. Like the charge up is almost bigger than the shot, you know? There is probably room for panning also here, Logan. I couldn't tell. It felt like maybe it had a small like pan stereo field here, maybe, but it was tricky because this guy is kind of in the center, so I couldn't really tell. But the reaction to the hit is definitely right panned. So right here, you know, so I thought that charge, that like sound was actually like a dash or something. Yeah, just more. The dash has no sound too, I think. Is that true? Is that the dash sound? I'm not even sure. I thought it was the sound of the guy. Because the thing is, the nature of the sounds you've chosen are very like synthy and stuff. So it's harder to tell. Like, oh, is it like a stylized action sound, or is that like a sound of a character going ugh? You know. It's real quiet, but it's a careful thing because dashing happens a lot. This game too. So I looked at this. Oh, and small thing. It's a bit confusing right now because technically the company still is like legally Matt Makes Games, I guess, but it is Maddie now, and the game actually says like Maddie Makes Games. You need to boot it up and stuff. So just as a courtesy, it might be a nice way to say let's put Maddie here instead rather than Matt Makes Games. Let's move on. Okay, so that there too. This impact on the kind of sight for Oshiro before the charge. That's a risky place to put an impact because nothing's impacting. Nothing has happened. It's a warning. This bolt here, there's nothing happening. You know, so the this is in the game is like zoom, kind of more like that sound. There's no real transient, and then that zoom happens to be, and it's a larger sound too, to be like, hey, this is the actual damage being dealt. That impact there can heavily suggest that something is happening here, like that's a damage dealing laser attack or something like that. You know, it's yeah, it's a little dangerous. Cool charge, really nice. Is this in gameplay sound redesign? Is this in Fmod, or is this like just a linear redesign? Because it could be an Fmod. I'm curious. Yeah, it's a same thing here. Like the dash, it's pretty loud. Loud springboard, loud. Like the reform also is like wide and loud. It's a little bit dangerous. I think you've got room to on the feet too. On this, is this like a little high pitched thing there? Little tendrils. They're called Wiggly Boys in code. Something real high pitched in there, but it's happening during the reform. I can't really tell, but yeah, there's room for sure to widen your dynamic range, to pull some things down that don't need to be as loud, especially in a boss fight where we're trying to keep track of so many things. It's not just for informing player behavior. It's certainly a big part of it, but like ear fatigue is a thing also. If you have too much going on all the time, it's just loud all the time, and it can be easy to like just go like, oh my god, like I need to stop playing. And they might not even realize why they want to stop playing, but it might just be because their ears are tired. You know, that's it. No notes. Sounds cool, I guess. It's hard to tell, like, I don't know the gameplay and stuff, right? So it's hard to say, but it sounds neat. Logan says, I wasn't sure if the Foley, dash, and footstep sound should be quiet in a reel. Just focus on sound design. Well, yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Logan. Because you're like, hey, it's only the snip, so make it all big and bombastic, right? Kind of. But keep in mind, you're still saying, this is what I think the game should sound like. And if that is to be believed, then that means that the Foley will be that loud for the entire game. So me, a potential recruiter, role-playing here, rolls in, sees that, and says, oh, geez, this is a bit much, isn't it? And moves on, So if you think that you want to show off some of the Foley in like a more, like with more isolation, not during a boss fight, then have a clip like that. Just have a clip that you can focus in on and be more subtle and make sure the subtle stuff's heard. That's all. But when you have it all loud all the time, then it's real easy to believe you think that's what the whole game should sound like, of course. Yeah. And I see you said it's linear, not Fmod. Get in Fmod, yo. It's there for you, Yeah, I love the nuclear throne clip. Very nice. So one thing with the, it's a bit non-stop. Especially the Garden Knight's vocalizations after this hit here. It's just like going, you know? It's just, he's got so much to say. So I think I kind of want to hear a bit more of like the isolation of events, you know? Like hearing specifically what these things sound like, et cetera, et cetera. The hits here settings. Talking about this clip for hits or the throne nuclear throne clip for hits. I'm not sure. I love the potion. Boom. Sounds pretty sick. Ba-doom. Very nice. Yeah, I think there's more room to be like really selective when you're pulling in those vocalizations and like make them points in time. Because again, think of it from an angle not just ear fatigue, but now instead informing player behavior. If you have vocalizations all the time, you're not telling the player anything. And if you have it play certain vocalizations before certain attacks, then you can like teach them, hey, certain attack is coming up, right? They don't need to only watch; they can hear it also and know that, oh, there's like the 3 attacks coming or the spin attack or whatever. So this is like so much in those 2 or 3 seconds. It's crazy. A little more. Yeah, the impacts here too they don't feel super dangerous to me. You know, the tunk tunk tunk. It's I mean we put a lot of time into like iterating on the impact sounds for Tunic, and landed somewhere like a right, and just to have some beef and a bit of like up and down to ensure that it's heard across different frequencies. When we mask all the time, we have it like side chaining and stuff sometimes too. This here is a little bit like hacking like a tree trunk or something like that, maybe some metal. Yeah, just it means that those hits are kind of blending in with, for example, like your freeze, like your crackling as it becomes unfrozen. You know? And I can't tell because your potion and the vocalization sound kind of similar with the granular synth approach thing, like up and down. I can't tell if it is the voice panning or if it is the potion, but I think there's room for panning here also. It's still pretty centered there. On that, when it's far left, it's still pretty centered. Yeah, okay, I think panning is one of the biggest things to be aware of here. Panning and separating important moments. It's all in the effort of like being able to hear the different things happening in the shot in isolation so that we are best equipped to handle the circumstances, right? Sneeze. Yeah, so it's a few different notes here, but they're all kind of in service of the same goal. You know, we want to just make sure we can hear the different things happening. We're very clear on that. Because right here, I couldn't tell if the potion was part of the vocalization or not, and that might be a problem. You know, if you're like looking over here on the screen and press a button, but you don't know if it popped or not, that's a problem. You want to make sure that the classic test is listen to your stuff with your eyes closed and see if you can tell what's happening. you know, and where it's happening. That's the goal here. Anyway, some great, really creative, strong sound design throughout. I think just what I just said basically is my biggest concern, biggest one. I gotta go anyways here. I have a meeting pretty soon. So, thanks, man. Really strong. I love your weird instruments also. Stands out in a big way. I would love to see more indication of this stuff because it's not really super here. Unity audio. Oh, it's here. My bad. Of course. Fmod walkthrough.
This and event, I couldn't do smooth like volume transitions, so I had to resort to this as opposed to in Fmod here. The world did not create the music on the player emotion event. The next thing I want to go over are the lights, specifically the timed lights. The timed lights can only be lit.
I'm looking at your color-coded event list here. That's all I'm looking at. No folders, only color-coded events. Is this for the purpose of showing us on the video here, or is this actually how you organize your stuff? It's really interesting. I would absolutely folder things. I'd folder them up. Anyways. Okay. Yeah, walking through things, awesome. Love it. Love to see it. Code things, wonderful. Across the board, wonderful. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to watch this in my own time right now while I eat a quick lunch. But are you signing out? Yeah, totally. I think so. I think as far as a indie freelancer, I think you had a future. Just keep going, basically. And you have a very clear style as well. I want to point out the reel is, I think it's very you. And having heard that instrument stuff first, I wasn't disappointed in the reel itself, you know. But it's now a challenge for you to find room within this defined style, like Bow Emergency is saying. Bow Emergency. Was that Bowman? Bow Emergency? To find room in this defined style to like sculpt out space for different things. Because we all run the risk of having things sound too similar and then you lose things when they play at the same time and stuff, right? So yeah, just be aware of that. But strong work, Logan. Honestly, really nice work. Real nice. Okay. Yes, again, if you do want to submit your work for Real Talk, 321 and the Beyond, then feel free to do so down below at powerupaudio.com sidechain, or at powerupaudio, or at ReggaeMcKay on Twitter. It will get to us in some way. But again, we are currently scheduling into December, and it's a short month, of course. I am toying with the idea of doing like a weekly thing that month, just to catch up a bit, because I'll be away for November as well, or for some vid. So might do that. We'll see what kind of submissions we have. But anyways, again, I'm gonna link this one more time in the chat. Please go play Scorchbringer. Please go listen to Jonas's work. He's a genius. And also, Tunic is coming to Switch very, very soon. Play that too. We're very proud of it. A lot of hard work. Okay, thanks all. Peace.